another thing, like, why are they choosing the people they insert into people's lives? And why is that just like another one of those acceptable things on the planet that it's okay that, the aliens are doing it, so just we gotta do it for them. I mean, it just seems to me maybe only my communications is with them, so it always looks pretty suspect when it's like, repeated patterns like passive aggression, manipulation. But why is that allowed? And why are they choosing those people? That's weird. That's, I mean, there's patterns there. So, was there like, is it along the same lines of the intent and purpose of trying to kill me several times? At least that we caught them. Um, is it just like, one of the passive aggressive soft kill moves they do to try to, I don't know, weed out people who think or something? I often assume that's what the early drugging was for, was trying to weed out people who think, I suppose. I mean, I'm always like, oh, maybe they caught on to me through like things that were happening in my life, but then they're with the other people when they're inserting them into my life or playing games with them and me. They're not, I don't always know who's around the other people. Some of them I haven't been around long enough to see the other people around them. But the ones I were, like, it's almost like some of them are like purposely showing me sometimes, but definitely like those are some of the very few memories I have is of these things like being like a continued pattern of the other people just happen to be there, pretty much at all these junctions, um, and yeah. So what? Why do they choose those people? And what's the intent of that? There, it's seems weird that you would have an alien race trying to enslave people with their, you know, their different books of manipulation and techniques of manipulation and like try to beat it into you and then abuse it into you, pound it into you, however. And then like if they're gonna bring you, if they're gonna like set things up in your life, why would they set it up against the things that they use day one birth abuse to indoctrinate you into? Why would they work against that if they're busy spending their time trying to just pound it into people, literally, and other parable ways? That seems, it always seems odd. Of course, it's always odd when lots of other people are involved and lots of other people obviously see it. And that means lots of other people are making it happen. It's not just, the puppet masters, the aliens, whatever. whatever they really are, the puppets, the second tier puppets, I guess. I'm supposed to believe that nonsense. Um, why is that it just, it parallels, I mean, the continued actions and activities and patterns parallels like the times they try to kill me and railroad me with that, try to kill me and then blame me for them killing themselves in the process, or just not being able to kill. I don't know. It just pretty sick individuals. Or is it in an individual? Are they individuals? I mean, come on, the limited personality types. Not too sure about that. I think their psychology is somewhat on point, that there are certain beings on this planet who fit into a definite category, and that's them forever. They say you might be able to change it if you take some acid or some mushrooms these days. Yeah, I've seen people change after they take that. They fry their brains. It's a good way to change. I mean, if it could, you'd think as much as they do the drugging and stuff that they could have had that worked out early on. If it if it affected me in such a manner. And kind of does feel like it had. I mean, how long have they been doing this now? And shit might catch up to you after like 30, 40 years of it. They started the drugging when I was like 6, and then obviously you can pass the torch here and there if we want to view it from a non-biased standpoint. Pretty much we can label it that. And now they are pretty strong on the, I mean, Zuckerberg and his little pals. How do they do that too? Like, how come Zuckerberg and his pals are always like right there, like bringing you people into your life? Like, I'd say like gifts, but it's like Trojan horses are gifts too, right? So, I mean, you gotta view it from a standpoint. We can't just go around and continue to let ignorance cloud our minds. And I never could do that. I mean, I did. You kind of had to. Like, I didn't see the other things happening, but I always knew, like, when people come around, it's like, well, this is what you get, and this is what comes your way. So, but I didn't notice, like, the delivery man back in the day, um, or people try to get in the way sometimes, and makes you wonder if they weren't not just a delivery man, not a delivery man, but just they're there to like prevent the other person from interacting with someone who isn't their people. It definitely, it's pretty easy to see that when we test it and they're right there doing it, and we have other people right there we're talking to about it while they're doing it. Kind of hard to rule that is not happening when we have solid proof. For some reason, they like sit there in front of the humans at one time, and they were telling them, they were pretty much telling them what I was saying was true and stuff. It's like they were like, "That's not how you talk to them about it and stuff. They won't believe you." And it's like, "Yo, yeah, well, this is working right here. me telling them you're sitting right here, and then you come over and say, well, you can't just come out and tell them like that and stuff. They won't believe you. Obviously, like, you're like sitting there solving the mystery for them and stuff. Am I sitting there making it up, or is this person really gonna do something like this? Like, solving the mystery, case closed. Yes, caught in the act. Caught yourself in the act. What was the point of that? It's like he was talking to me like they didn't exist or something when that time happened. I was really weird. Or talking to me like his brain didn't exist and he couldn't control that he was about to do that. It's one of the two. He was either talking to me like his brain didn't exist and someone else was telling him to say those words, or that he felt that the humans in there like must have put a spell on their mind and shut their systems down. I don't know. Maybe did that thing where they erased everyone's memory after 2020. However they do that stuff. However that stuff happens. So like, what's the point of that? And why do these like little streams, like, it just so socially acceptable in this world to do things like that, to like send people into other people's lives, and half the time they have like no reason to be around. Is there like I mean, I can think of some purposes why you would do that. You send a disposable person in someone's way, but it's never like set up as like, this is a disposable person. Like, again, you get the abuse programming early on from them about people aren't disposable, so you go around people you have anything in common with at all. Maybe you like to say the word blue every now and then. There you go. There's a good place to start. At least you got something in common there. Yeah, I mean, that's from what I'm looking at. Like, apparently, a lot of people, that is the extent of what they care about. Like, well, this is going to be my life from now on. You like to say the word blue every now and then, so do I. This is going to be a lifelong commitment here. So, okay, and then what happens there? You accidentally have kids, and then you hate each other, and you raise kids like that. Who just, maybe that's what they like to do. Who knows? Maybe that's what some of them like to do, is just fucking punch each other and stuff, and hate what someone else does. I mean, there are definitely a lot of people. When I used to like have to be forced around people and stuff when I was a little kid, um, I could clearly see that there are some people who just enjoyed like hating you, and it's like their thing, and it gets their adrenaline pumping or whatever. Control freak, some might say, some mixture in there, psychotic. That's what the rule book would say the personality type would be, but it seemed a little bit more than that. I mean, especially with the whole clearly about everything looking set up and fake. I mean, you can really like, if it's set up and fake, why? And you got to pull what you can actually see them doing, and you're gonna have to make some assumptions since no one's really talking. I mean, they talk, don't they? But they don't talk about the stuff that's actually going on. They talk about nonsense and a whole bunch of crazy stuff. I mean, you just go on the web and like all these leading nations of the world, their media advertisements are like Bigfoot type stuff or scams. Like they're selling you scams and they claim, oh, that's because they're out of money and the media is out of money. It's like, it doesn't even take money to invent that media, does it? It's like being auto generated, isn't it? I don't think people are actually doing most of that stuff. So that's a piss poor excuse and shit. Like almost all the media in the world is the same 5 or 6 garbage, and like no nation in the world doesn't worship the same things. This one doesn't. No nation in the world like cares to not have Bigfoot ads or scam ads. It's probably always been scam stuff. I don't. Old people say a lot of stuff, and they don't say anything of value really, unless it's got to do with slavery, religion, and science, which you can't really trust that. I don't care if I can take a computer or a car apart and put it back together and it go down the street. It doesn't mean anything anymore. It always feels like a waste too. Ooh, I won awards from the president for writing. Good, we don't have to write anymore. We've completed this task. We're never going to do this again. Thanks for forcing me to do that. And then, so let's go work on my car. And then learn that's a total waste after wasting life doing that. Thanks for that. Oh, yeah. Had to learn to do that because the car was custom. Other people messed it up. And yeah, well, thanks for that. I'm glad I could, like, maybe I should be happy they give me the drugs and I can fry my brain with them. That way I can forget all that stuff ever happened. But I can't forget this other stuff. Like, these are memories, like, that are kind of like being forced for me to remember. Like, I don't remember much. And then these little things here that all add together, like some puzzle pieces of people separating people from each other, separating humans from each other, and pretty sure they're inserting people in your life and then taking away people. So that's real obvious because I mean there they are most of the time. It's almost like they're delivering a package, and it's like, well, we don't trust this carrier anymore, anyways. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna. I don't think. I don't think we need any more packages from them. I'd say get a different carrier on board and see if they can't deliver better goods. Or yeah, right. I'm not even any concerned with that. That was like a while ago. I was like, yeah, you know what, maybe. And then maybe they kept doing things that were obviously cluing me in that this is the same group doing the rest of the stuff too. So you should probably just, you know, this is cash on delivery and we're not going to pay for the package this time. In fact, we're not even home, so we're not going to answer the door when the package comes. So yeah, it's weird those things happen like that, and can't help but think that a lot of it's got a lot to do with the other things the courier does, like hit you with their trucks, rob your family of millions in their house, and try to kill you when they fail to try to kill you, try to cripple you. I can't help but think that the courier is already is continuously being pointed out in this light. So might just have a little something to do with the packages they're delivering as well, but who knows? Could be a really bad courier, but they're delivering good goods, and it's a surprise, so they don't want to tell you they're doing it. You know, they don't want to. The other people don't want to tell you that they're doing it too. The packages they're bringing don't want to tell you about it either. Some really weird stuff going on. Can't say I've ever been a fan of it. I'm kind of pissed that I'm still like, I mean, like I've already lost, right? Like I've been here for like 40 years, and that's that. It's just, that's the way it is. And so you're like, I don't know, what do you use? Someone else's pillow to cry on or something. Even though you fucking hate the sound of people crying, and you don't sleep much, you don't like beds. Well, you do nowadays, because sleep is the second best thing next to death to hopefully escape this. But and then the courier doesn't like that very much. The courier always has some drugs to sell you, and if you feel that way, and they tried the COVID stuff on me before COVID, because things similar to that. You know, they got the courier, the angels. They have their whole fucking system of enslavement and manipulation and drugging. You know, the gods. All 4 billion of them, along with their puppets that they bring along. Yeah, it's, you know, it just seems like maybe the game isn't like The Sims, Get Along, The Good Time Guys, Tag Along Crew, Care Bear. You know, it sometimes seemed like maybe this Earth thing isn't the game's plot line here, isn't it? The Care Bears, we're gonna care a lot, and we're just gonna shine our love and our hope. They tell you that, oh, that's one of their religions too, New Age, because like I keep saying, how come the humans don't have any thoughts and don't create religion or ideas or run anything? And so obviously that's the New Age religion. It's for the year 2000 we have Satanism, New Age, atheism, scientism, same thing, atheism, scientism. And so We know the ones before, were Christianity and Muslimism and yeah, overprivilegedism, and so scientism wasn't really coming around till the end of the 1900s. So that's their thing, like the whole and it's the same thing, like the New Age uses the hospitals with the other alien cult names and cult gang signs like Saint Jude or the scepter and the snake wrapped around it, which is both Christian and satanic, and I mean they're just using the same symbols over and over for everything, kind of. Just kind of seems like maybe that's being done on the same level where they hit you with a truck, knowing that they can get away with it because you live in a nation of people who are totally on board in protecting them and mutilating children for them and drugging people for them. Hell, the person they send me after they did the COVID shit to me, I didn't look like one of them, but could have been a halfling. That's where they would send him to me to talk to me about that. Someone sent him to talk to me and told them, inserted in their computer memory banks where I would be, and to talk to me about my personal life and all that. And pretty ballsy to talk to me about that at all, considering who that was. Yeah, that's weird that the ones I know just like let those things happen, like literally, like but then again they look like right? So we can't trust that. We can't trust any one of them. We've asked for a break from them, and they chose not to do that. So we tested that. We tested if we are allowed to take a break from them and be around other people on the planet who don't look like them or act like them or whatever. Looking is a good place to start. We can at least not have this shock, awe, and horror moment like we do every time we see one of them anywhere. Be it in media or on the streets. That's why we don't watch media anymore. It's why we try not to listen to American music anymore. I mean, we never did too much, but we definitely make a concerted effort not to. Yep. So that'd be interesting to know the answers to that. So why that happens? Why it seems like most people in your life are like, I don't know, hired actors, hired bots, some evil James Bond crew. Not sure what they want to be called. I think they want to be called gods. I think they want to be called angels. They're angels of death, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Death of the mind, death of the body, death of feelings. But it's like, at the same time, then they make that illegal to actually die while still being caught trying to kill you and stuff. That's really weird. Really weird stuff there. You gotta keep. If you have like robots, if you have like slaves, you gotta keep them alive. They say that. That makes sense. Makes perfect sense. Right? I didn't pay for my car to break down on me, even though when Joe Schmo shows up to talk to me about the car, apparently someone paid for it to break down. Oh, oh, well, it's such a parable to what I'm talking about. It's a dead-on fucking parable to what I'm talking about that's actually happened in those words. And see, repeat pattern. So, be interesting if we could ever bring in some of these people for interrogation who have been involved in all this stuff and find out what their side of the story is. Maybe we're just viewing it wrong. They're really good people. They hit me with a truck because it's fun to get hit with trucks. Maybe they try to kill me because it's fun to have some alien gang stalk you and try to kill you. Maybe they're all up in people's lives, forcing them to be with people they want to force into their lives because they know what's best for you. And now that doesn't make any sense because the repeated patterns here generally don't end in that. So, and I mean, the whole fact they have to hide in the first place tells you, you know, who and what they are. If it were good and positive, there wouldn't have to be any hiding. There wouldn't have to be any learning and discovering and having to destroy every fake friendship you've ever had to test them all, to test all the people involved on what their outcome would be if you started poking around the subject and seeing how they respond to it. Yeah. So, why would someone come to Earth? Why would someone come to Earth? That's a good question there. People inserted in my life, they love this place. Every now and then someone says they don't, but they love it. So I guess you come here to eat food and watch TV. That's cool. I mean, there's a million other things you can do, though. I mean, you know, just don't like try to don't force people like that into my life just because you want to play some fun game with my life. But I mean, I guess it's a little too late for that if I have to discuss it, so it might mean it's already happened. But why does it happen? What's the intent there to do those things? You know, all of it, from you know, the child rituals and the drugging, cutting of the brake lines, destroying of other cars, the destruction of one. There's a pattern here of destruction from these people. Actually, and it ties directly into this because it could be that the entire pattern is matching the rest of the pattern, that it is there just to destroy certain people's lives. And because we see the outcome, we see that outcome of what happens. That's what you look at when you are trying to figure out a whodunit mystery. Is the person laying dead on the floor? Then there was a murder. Pretty simple there, right? Might be a little complex for some people who have been inserted in some people's lives, but for me, there's a dead body on the ground, and with a knife in him, then they probably murdered. A whole bunch of gunshots in him. Who knows? According to them, you could wake up like with a whole bunch of gunshots in you, and you did it to yourself. So you never knew. So we should probably figure these things out, because I'm not sure. It doesn't look like we're allowed to leave the fucking game prematurely, so I guess we gotta figure out the mystery of who done it and where they did it, with what weapon, and the motive and all that. I guess we're like kind of being forced to play the game out here, so the only thing we can do is, solve the mystery, I guess, and then everyone will be like, yay, game, roll the final credits or whatever, and get it over with. And then you get back to the real world and you get to forget all about this place. That way you're not traumatized for your entire existence. It's just a little too real, and considering how alone you actually are here in doing these things. And then like the help you get is the people who are doing these things. It's like, yeah, that's great. We got a lot of help. Like I said, you look like the same dude who hit me with the truck last year. Interesting. He looked like the same, and he looked like the same dude who was putting powder in my champagne in Portland. And then he looked like the dude who showed up and my transmission died, and he looked like the dude who showed up and cut my brake lines in front of my face, or showed up with one of the bug eyes who did that, but and then kind of laughed and said, "These are my friends and shit. I'm gonna protect them from you." Who look like the other people who keep being inserted into my life the whole time. Who, I think I just covered it all by saying that, right? Like, am I making it out? It's pretty easy to see. We just look at all their pictures. I got their pictures. I got most of their pictures. I got fucking detailed fucking files on some of them and shit. Fucking, we got plenty of pictures of the ones we could get plenty of. And someone else has plenty of pictures of them, supposedly, too. Whoever knows them, we can just, see if I'm lying, that they all look almost like the same person. Not quite, a little bit more poofy hair, maybe a little bit wider face here and there, but literally looking like clones and stuff. I see that these days with a lot of people, but we're talking about a specific group of people in specific situations and playing specific roles repeatedly over and over, and why they are choosing to insert themselves and certain other people in people's lives and prevent people from being around people they want to be around instead of inserting people into their life. You might be able to just either choose someone you want, or if the game can't create someone who does anything of value, then I mean the game can go to hell. You know, they can't produce a female who like is this or that, and you definitely don't tell them what you want because they all say they are it, and but they're being inserted in my life. It's clear. I mean, they literally come with a chaperone sometimes, if not all the time. They're always there. Just like if you look back at my life, you might be able to say the same damn thing if you were the female coming into my life, if you can figure those things out to get to that point of understanding that things are happening. We should, I don't know, we're going to do what? Absolutely nothing's been done. Fucking absolutely nothing's been done about it. Fucking there they are, still fucking running everything, still fucking all over. We should fucking fight for our right to be able to not exist as slaves, be forced to be slaves and be forced to be alive against our will. Things like that. I live in such we're going to Mars, but we can't even if you're old and sick and dying, you can't even like get a cyanide pill or something, or if you're being gang stalked and terrorized on this planet, you can't find it. You're not allowed to have an exit, but we're gonna go. And we're just gonna skip the moon and we're gonna go straight to Mars. You know, we should skip Mars too. And that way we can aim for Saturn in the year 2098. I think we should just do that, right? Now, I think there's more important issues here, like why people are being forced, literally entire structures by these same people and their cult books, literally being forced to be alive when we supposedly have all this technology where we could escape this place. But there's supposedly some group out there needs people alive to be their slaves. So, and I don't even see where I come in being a slave of any value, because that's not fucking happening and shit. Fucking. Unfortunately, I'm making these videos. It's just far beyond too much. I accidentally upload some every now and then. I'm trying real hard not to. I don't come to this place anymore, but, you know. I have memories of one or two of the people inserted in my life I met online. So, pretty much everyone I've met since fucking 1996 or 7, I met online. Yeah. Need someone else inserted in my life. I'm definitely not paranoid about that being the exact same thing it keeps being, because these fuckers are broken clocks and they stay at the same fucking position at all times, it seems. So most of them, I mean, there was some here and there, but it still came with the little package warning and, like, I'm willing to ignore that I'm being lied to, um, because I'm willing to benefit off this person at this point in time from what I can. No, I don't think that's, no. I don't think I ever really made it that far in thought. I don't think I've ever said those words like when someone's inserted into my life. So it's real hard to do. Once they're inserted, it's like real obvious and stuff. They pretty much come. I mean, they literally came in with the gang signs all over them last time. Last time someone tried to talk to me, a couple people talked to me that night. More than talk to me. There's a lot more than just simple talk going on, but they came in literally with the flag, and it's like, oh, oh, well. But there they are following me around. The girl I was looking at, wanting to talk to, probably thought I had a girlfriend or something. Again, even without going home with me, they still could have fucked up that situation pretty badly. Um, and I'm just, and it really like, I mean, when a total stranger comes up to you and is all over you and stuff, um, the hot chick behind you, you're fucking wanting to talk to, fucking, she sees that, and instantly she's like, yeah, he's with someone, even though you don't even go near the person again. Um, yeah, that's kind of fucked up that those things happen here, and people just allow it and let it, um, make it happen. Make it happen. I mean, there's a lot of people who have to be involved in making this stuff happen. And yeah, especially when the standby bots walking through the store or something, throwing their 2 cents about the interaction you just had as if they're not living beings, and they're sitting there talking to you about the interaction you just had and where it could have gone if you didn't fucking see the red flag right away. Fucking, or multiple red flags right away. Fucking, yeah, that's some weird shit too. When that happens, it's like, how many of these fuckers really are bots? Like, so what? We got like some evil alien race enslaving a planet using bots to help them do it. Um, uh, am I getting the story pretty much 100% iron out when I lay it out like that? Because that's what it keeps showing me is happening. It's showing me that's happening by putting me right in the middle of it happening, right in the middle of their whole operation on every level possible. Pretty much. I'm not in the government. My ex only worked with Donald Trump, gave me gifts from Trump, and would have taken me to meet him, on a more of a personal level than just, everyone else. She took me to meet other people. Even if we were working, it was still personal, like, hey, what's up? And all this, not a standard political rally, shake everyone hand type thing. Yeah, it's fucked up though. Like, you just kind of like sit here and like, what is it like a 800,000 hour visual novel about the evil alien race enslaving the planet. Blah. It's just you don't even get to interact with it. You don't get to make any real choices. Just stupid dialogue, over and over and over and over. And you just have to wait. Oh well, they're gonna really fuck the world up in 2020, and you're gonna be shown like a whole bunch of shit then. So you gotta wait for that to happen in order for that to happen, and figure out some stuff. But in the meantime, let's just send some people to try to kill you and set the stage for an evil alien race with a bunch of clones fucking hunting down the last living people on the planet, or rather just working to try to enslave them. But it doesn't really fit that storyline, me being me, very well. But I guess hunting down the last few would be more of my best guess. And I mean, the game makes no fucking sense, anyways. It talks about, flying reindeer and a whole bunch of dumbassery. It just, it says, oh, humans came from monkeys, so that's why they don't care about anything or know what's going on. But it's like, in my experience, like, most of the people in my life are either openly working for them or looking way too much like their evil sextuplet twin, because we already have so many of them who have been involved in certain positions when things happen in my life, like the powders and the champagne and the cutting the brake line and all that. And it's like, oh damn, those fuckers look like some people you've been inserted amongst since fucking you were a teenager or before and stuff. Fucking. So what's the purpose of that there? Like, the game's like way fucking overplayed, dude. It's really overstayed its fucking welcome and shit. But here you gotta be to fucking what are we gonna do? Play the fucking story out? No. That the story can fucking play itself out. That's all it's ever fucking done. We're gonna fucking fuck this. The story is like, as far as I'm concerned, might as well fucking put their fucking face on the fucking book of the fucking story and shit, because the story fucking acts like them. So the story's a fucking little bitch child rapist, fucking pedophile forcing its way into people's life. What the fuck you? If it is just like a game world and they're just fucking bots, and it's not really an evil alien race enslaving, the game's fucking the one creating this trash. Fucking story can go fuck itself and shit. There's nothing here. Who wants to fuck it? That's for sure. That thing can't figure that shit out fucking on its own. So much for AI. But yeah, it's interesting that the humans allow that shit to happen. People just, like, your entire interactions with the world are people being forced into your life. Clearly looking staged, set up, coming with chaperones and stuff half the time, with their hand up their ass, fucking controlling them, telling them what to do. and just fucking none. What are they gonna do? Do something about it? Fucking do what? Do what about what? What are they gonna do something about? What are they gonna do to it if they can figure out what they're doing something to? What is it? Oh, they're using drugs and radio waves and all the technology to mind control all the people on the planet. Is that the storyline? Right. Right. Yeah. Sounds stupid to me, but hey, I've seen it. I've seen the game play that shit out. I do notice it does. The last person it brought to me was pretty fucking smashed and shit. Now those two other people before that, yeah, yeah, the one with the cult sign, fucking, it it told me it was smashed and smoked like a bowl of weed. Now that's a human, though, right? You smoke a bowl of weed, you are toasted. You're gonna have to go. You just threw your entire life in the trash. You just fried your brain. That's the story I'd be making for some of these people on the show. Meanwhile, I take some shit and it keeps me up for like 2 days instead of fucking. Who knows what they were putting in it, though, right? I mean, fuck, dude. Anyways, yeah. Hopefully, in case any other living beings ever come to this planet again, or this thing, whatever it is, hard drive, probably. Um, Hopefully, someone sorts that out for them so they don't have to deal with that shit, dude. Because it really, obviously we have all the links and we have the people doing these things all looking related all the way from fucking day one. And it's not like they're fucking cutting my brake lines or destroying my transmission or trying to kill me because it hit me with a truck because it's going to be fun. No. It's not like them crippling me and crushing me like throughout my life, like the things I wanted to do. A person who looked like them was almost always there to say something about it. And the insertions were a big problem with that too, because you know right away when someone isn't like you, isn't doing things you do, that you're not going to be doing anything anymore. That means no going anywhere in life, no having a job, no working. I mean, literally, some of these people went psycho when I talked about just working a normal job and shit. Like, forget doing something of value and not living in the Amish days and shit and some long forgotten history where they would want to store someone if half the shit they say to me is right fucking about what they think I am. That's another little part of the story too. It's odd. All that's happening, and then you have some people coming up to me running their mouths about some other shit. They're forcing their way into lives to drug people and separate them from people they want to be around and abuse them on all sorts of fucking levels with their religions and shit. Fucking and every other thought group, whether it's a non-religion or an anti-religion, it's a fucking cult. Fucking same shit. That's cool. It's good to know I'm on a planet where it's just people cut my brake lines and everyone in that fucking city just thinks that's cute and funny. and then they fucking work together and try to kill me. And so, somehow the whole fucking city can just fucking let it slide and back attack me for it instead of their little crack minions. And literally destroy someone's life by taking them away from anything of value, trying to keep them in the fucking dark ages when they're being like claiming I'm inventing parts of the world. Like, they're taking me away from the shit I'm inventing. Fucking, they're not just, and then they're taking it and making money with it. Yeah, so that's fucked up. Um, but then they insert people in your life that um, are gonna fucking drag you down and fucking not allow you to participate in modern times. You gotta stay hidden in the dark ages. We can act like we invented all this stuff and created all this stuff and get all rich and famous off it, and then we'll insult you because we don't let you fucking do anything. And you're supposed to do something to be a good slave. Fucking little sick fucking shit these people have been up to, apparently. What is the cure for it? It's like Earth has cancer. And it's like terminally ill. It's, I don't see a single fucking one of their media outlets talking about what to do about these situations, what to do about the people who own the media, fucking coming and cutting people's brake lines and shit, who want to get in the media or do anything or of value, and sending people in their lives and shit that kill him, hit him with trucks, whatever. Um, I mean, fucking Earth is terminally ill, dude. It just, the only thing keeping it alive is like them and their slaves, apparently. I mean, come on. Are they actually doing work and shit? I don't know about that. Anyways, I think something should be done about that, but who knows? Maybe someday some different gods other than the 4 billion already walking around on this planet doing all this stuff to everyone will come down and save us from the only people allowed to write religions, and end up being the people you worship instead of gods. Uh, Sounds like something they might have created to words they might have created to manipulate people. I'm not gonna expect Superman to come down from the sky one day and just be like, oh yeah, everyone's life was hell. We're gonna kill them all so they can't remember. They aren't traumatized, and then the next batch won't have to put up with it because we're gonna get rid of that system. I highly doubt. When has it changed? When was there some sort of change there? I seen there's some slight change there, like 2010, around that era, but it still like felt like I don't allow anyone to stay around me that long anymore. But it definitely felt that way. It felt the same way like I felt before when I was tricked into staying in a situation, knowing from the first few minutes that this is not going to be a good situation. Um, yeah, it was just like little bits one or two little bits handed. Just a ever so slight change, and it had all the same feelings, the same feelings I got when people started coming up to me and talking to me about stuff that I'd always felt, but that triggered those feelings. So now I know why I had those feelings to begin with, because I always seen it. I just hadn't had all the evidence, I guess. Yeah, hopefully someone enjoys being in the Earth game, right? They tell me as long as I just lick their feet and be their servant, then I'm doing my job. Literally, these crackheads, some very low level minion. I mean, if they're shapeshifters,